Anytime you want to start, Sean. Anytime you want to start.
Okay, I want to start right now because we're live, Bob. You weren't ready for that, but you said anytime. Usually I give you a little bit of a break, but we're going to roll right into it. I don't know what's going on, Bobby, but I do know one thing. It's time to be live. It's If We Ran Nintendo. We are live because of, you may not remember this, Bobby. I think you may have forgotten. The only reason that we're live is because of people who support us on patreon.com/makeusbetter. We are better slightly. We're live, so I guess that counts. And Bobby, wake up. Wake up. You got to open those pretty little eyes of yours, Bobby, because it's time to give high fives.
Come on, Mayor Ford. Let's go.
Just take it easy, Bobby. We're just going to roll right through it. Our platinum executive producer, Cory Hicks, our gold executive producer, Sheldon Benedict, and all of our gentlemen executive producers.
Stupid.
Woo! Nick from Next Level Games, Joel Brooks, James Johnson, Dr. Doom, Jesse Armstrong, Glauco, Schaffer, David Ray, Joey Hehir, or however you are saying it.
Hehir.
Michael Drummie, and Brendan Myers, and a big old high five to our good friend, the artist with the mostest, Adam Leonard, who has just recently upgraded his Patreon to a producer level. Love you very much, buddy. And take it away, Bobby. Do the whole wrestling thing that you do.
Please hang up and try again.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! Okay.
Break the wall, break down the walls. Flip over to back to rock and watch the world. Baby, you know you're Judas and I'm your priest. Baby, what I got.
If We Ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 84 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all of podcasting, Sean Capri. What is up, Sean?
Bobby, you got me zoomed in again, man. Look at this video. You got me, like, that is way closer than I am to the... We already talked about it. I'm not actually 12 inches away from my camera. I'm in a weird state today, Bobby. It's fine. It's fine.
Just relax. Just relax.
I'm a little self-conscious of... I've got some shine going on my cheeks right now.
Self-conscious stuff. I'd be too if I was you.
Do I look British to you? Do I look like my name is Toby? Okay.
Yeah, but Canadians are nicer than
Listen,
British.
I love Toby, and I think you should stop crapping all over him. But
what are you talking
that
about?
doesn't mean that you need to treat Toby better, and you need to treat me better. All right?
You know what? Both you guys can treat my buttocks better.
1K subscribers. I'm the Nintendo Guru over here. I got Bobby's Big Bucks. I've already beaten Super Mario Odyssey before Sean can even play the damn game. Whatever, man. I see it.
Wait, let's hold up. Where is your game?
Hold up. No, you hold up. All right.
Where's your game at?
I actually feel bad because you're showing some concern for my well-being.
Yeah, because you're being a jack off.
All right. I don't even remember what the hell I was gonna say. You need to treat Toby better.
Where is your game at?
This right here is going to be what somebody grabs. They're going to take this little segment and they're going to put it into our documentary, like the behind the music later on when you go on to become the Beyonce, and Toby and I are just left to be those other Destiny Child. And you're going to be like, I should have put a ring on it or whatever to the left, an umbrella.
Did you answer my question?
It's in the mail. I don't know, man.
Where?
It's in the Canadian Arctic, I think. I think it's coming in by like by dog sled.
Can you type your order number to me and let me call Amazon now, live on the air?
Call them. They'll know that you're not from the Canada.
Oh,
I already had a nice chat with...
That's the problem. You had a nice chat. The nice chat should have been out the window.
But I don't want to be furious with these people.
Here's my issue, Sean. This is my issue. Do you realize that I ordered Tony a pair of Joy-Cons from Amazon?
Yep.
Amazon in Japan. I ordered them on Friday around 2 in the afternoon, and she got them Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you something. The biggest difference here, Bobby, is that Japan really... You guys have a complicated relationship with Japan, okay?
Apparently not.
flew planes into Hawaii, if you didn't know.
That's a long time ago. We're friends now.
Okay?
No, seriously. How is it that I order something?
Dude, I don't know. I tweeted out, like, how is it possible that I could literally jump on a plane, go fly to Nintendo headquarters, go say hi to Japanese Reggie, grab a copy of this game, go fly back home, and be done the whole thing before, like, they haven't even shipped it yet.
It hasn't even shipped yet?
Well, maybe by now, but like this morning, it hasn't shipped, and it said on the 30th.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No way, dude. That is not acceptable at all. Not acceptable at all.
But, like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I, like, seriously? I can, like, sit in there screaming, yelling, and whatever. What are they going to give me?
I'd be getting more than $5.
How much is reasonable? Like, what should I be pleased with?
I would tell them that I want a year. I want them to add a year to my...
That's really smart. You think they would have done that?
Possibly. They should at this point.
So here's the thing.
So when I got my Switch...
Why don't I just order something else that's Nintendo? Why don't I'll just do that for the Amiibo. Because those are probably running late too. Was I supposed to get those by now? Because they haven't arrived.
Should've.
Yeah, they're not here.
I got everything, dude. I got everything by now.
It's weird because being in Canada and the internet has made the world smaller, Bobby. I haven't felt like we're that remote until just recently. Like all over again, I'm brought back to Little Sean of 1991, wondering why it takes, 14 months for my PC Gamer subscription to finally kick in.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just unacceptable.
The thing, okay, so I'm of two minds, because the other reason I'm not too upset about it, because I've been able to play with my Xbox One X a little bit, Bobby.
Yeah, but you're talking about you're missing out on probably the best game of the year.
Lincoln's here. Look at this kid. I think he may have said daddy, but it was more like a bleh. But I take it as a dude. Look at this kid. He was recently featured on WeTheNerdy.com. He's going to be a podcast. Look, he just wants to eat this microphone up. I just want to eat you up. Look at this kid. He's going to be Sully. Or wait, am I allowed to say that? I just ruined the surprise.
It's a little late.
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody.
Love this kid.
You just published something that's not supposed to be published yet, too.
Yeah, I messed up Chelsea's Facebook post because I get confused by things.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Joey, I used to be in PC gaming. That's why I can talk shit about it. Oh, talk crap about it, Bobby. God, dude, I'm out of control.
No kidding.
I've left the PC realm after I spent like
quick, let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shout-outs.
Geek outs, we're doing geek outs. I don't even care what you have to say, Bobby. We're doing geek outs. I'm out of control. Oh my goodness. We're losing people. Everybody's leaving. What do you have shout-outs for, Bobby?
I don't blame him for leaving.
Think of the kids starring James. Think of the kids. I am thinking of the kids. It actually is, I swear too much around Lincoln. I should probably pull that back a little bit. Exactly. I know. Who do I think I am? Like the Nintendo guru over here?
Exactly.
Was
I don't
this
curse like that.
the Nintendo Jersey Shore? Come on.
I don't curse like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
You.
Not on the air, I don't.
Wake up. You gotta match me. I'm way up here. I'm at like a 17. And you're
That's
like,
the problem. That's the problem.
I'm at like a 97. I'm at a Mario Odyssey Metacritic, and you're like at a Splatoon. Okay? Like, what happened?
I don't know. What happened.
You know what? We should just make this show, Bobby, instead of like if we ran Nintendo. I just want this to be. You remember like Talking Bad and Talking Dead, like the after shows for The Walking Dead, that Breaking Bad, the Chris Hardwick stuff. I want this show to be like talking Nintendo PlayStation. I just want to talk about the podcast that you guys had.
The podcast that Toby and I had?
Yeah, you guys will just, like, you publish it, I'll listen to it on Monday morning, and I'll be just, like, furiously writing notes. And
here's one thing that might have to happen. Why didn't you get those shout-outs? Come on. Let's first shout-out is to Todd Oxtra, who was my guest.
Dude, that was such a great show.
Yeah, Nintendo Talk this past week. So he was on the show. I had a nice chat with him. I always get along with Todd. He's a great guest, and a lot of fun. He's really such a class act.
It's great that you can podcast with somebody who knows things about stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, I'm just getting out of your way now.
Are you sure you want to? Because you've been all in my way the whole damn time.
I've been feeling a little bad about it. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to know my role a little bit.
I want to give a shout out to my lovely wife.
Ooh.
She's been, seems like she's been down in the dumps a little bit lately. And I just want to let her know that I love her. And that I'm very happy that she's very supportive of everything that I do and how nice she is and all that good
She's
stuff.
very nice.
And,
She puts up with a lot of crap.
Yeah, that's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. So, yeah, that's all I got. What do you got?
I got our good friend, the best artist that we know. He's tied for first with many other artists. We'll say it that way. Adam Leonard, man. Big shout out to my good friend Adam Leonard of the Megadads. He had a baby girl.
He's my friend,
this
too.
weekend.
You know,
Not to brag, but he was my friend first. Not to brag.
Don't be stealing
Adam
the
Leonard.
glory.
I don't want no glory. Look, the friendship
bad
isn't
bit.
about
What
the
is
glory.
up?
Look, you had a baby girl. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
I hope I haven't really. I guess I just assume everybody is happy and healthy.
My only question is,
Adam looks the most tired.
Here's my question. Yeah, why is it that his wife looked just as beautiful as ever,
Dude,
and he looked like 10 miles of bad road?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
He didn't do anything. He just sat there and chilled out. Like really, dude?
You know what's weird about the whole thing, Bobby, is sitting there going like, my feet kind of hurt. Like I've been standing for a long time. Like
You can't even attempt that, dude.
I can't even say. I did say it out loud, but I can't repeat it. Well, just maybe she forgot, but probably not. They never forget, Bobby. They never forget. Just
true.
don't say it, dude.
That's
And
true.
like, really, it's not like it's not fun, but it's nothing compared to that.
So
I can't even hold a watermelon on the outside, like with my arms, let alone with it in my uterus.
That's on them. That's
I don't want a watermelon in my uterus.
So real quick today.
You can't control me today, Bobby.
Today I just posted a video. I'm doing this crazy giveaway.
Oh.
So if anybody is, when you're done watching this, if you want to bounce over to Nintendo Talk today, giving away one of these, Sean.
Is that a toonie? Is that a Canadian toonie?
No. That's a Super Mario Odyssey coin.
Oh, okay. It's close. It looks very similar to our toonie.
Giving away this. Giving away little Fire Emblem Warriors.
Get out of here. Are you really?
Sealed in the package.
I was going to say, are you just done playing it now?
No. That's brand new, man.
That would be allowed. You're allowed to do that.
Give away this.
I kind of want that. I've got them separately coming.
Yeah.
And I kind of want that, like, because that's a cool, like, display. You know, I like how they've shrunken down their 3-packs.
And
What else you got in there? Oh, a little poster.
giving away this poster.
You can put that above your bed. Oh, that's awesome.
So that's all going to one person. Go check
All
out
of it?
Nintendo Talk today.
How do you win? You have to check out Nintendo Talk?
You got to go check out Nintendo Talk. You got to leave a question
Amazing.
in the comments. You got to be a subscriber. And you got to share the video. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's it. And this way, I will do a Q&A on Friday with the questions that I'm asked. I might even do it live. I might do a live episode. And then, and go through that. Today's a weird day, Sean.
I know. I can sense that from you, Bobby.
So I got woken up at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? I normally get up at 5, but I hit the snooze a couple times because I was up a little late playing Odyssey. Mm-hmm. And my job, someone broke into my job.
They broke into your job.
Yeah, at the
Do
office.
your job for you?
No, that'd be nice. They did that, but they stole all the money.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I get the phone call, and my boss, one of the supervisors there, was like, "Hey man, just want to let you know someone broke into the job last night." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "What'd they take?" And he's asking me like, "How much money did you have in the petty cash?" And I'm like, he's like, "Get this petty cash box. How much money was on?" I'm like, "There shouldn't be anything in it. All the petty cash should be in the safe." Like, they didn't get into the safe. He's like, "Yeah, they got into the safe." I'm like,
what?
Dude, when I tell you, this safe has to weigh an easy 400 pounds. It's heavy as hell, man. Steel.
Right. What the heck did they do with
Steel, right? So, I'm thinking, like, someone on the inside knew it was going down.
Oh, probably.
Right? I get to the job, and they go in the bathroom, because that's where the safe is.
Oh, no.
I walk in the bathroom. The thing is knocked over.
What? Did they bring a cow with them?
Dude, they
Canadian
had a
robbery.
saw, and they cut the seams, the hinges off. Dude, they had to be there for hours cutting this
That
thing.
seems easy.
No. It's not easy. I'm telling you, there was dust all over the bathroom. Like, it took them hours to do this. This was no easy feat.
I know this is a hard day for you, but I start to picture Catherine Zeta-Jones. You know, they used all that dust to kick up the sawing. They kick up all the dust, and then the laser show, and then Catherine Zeta-Jones kind of does her whole thing where she like bends down and she's trying to get around it.
So
that's what happened, right?
So they took about a little over $1,000.
Jesus, man.
They stole an iPad.
That seems like a lot of effort for an iPad.
Here's
Let's
the
be
kicker.
honest.
Here's the kicker. How would you think they got in the building?
I don't know, through the sewers,
Let's be serious. Come on.
through the window.
They literally cut a hole in the side of the building and went
just walked
through.
in. Okay, now I think you got robbed by Transformers.
Dude, when I tell you, this dude had it laid out. He knew what he was doing. Like, he had it all planned. This was insanity.
But how much did he walk away with? He did all this for an iPad and
For
some
an
cash?
iPad and about, let's say $1,200 cash.
Doesn't it sound like the equipment cost? Do you think he was just like trying to fund his own
I don't
thing
know,
here?
but here's the moral of the story. He got caught.
Yeah.
Because the dumbass turned the iPad on.
You've got to be kidding me.
He turns
Bob,
the
that's the
iPad
best
on.
thing I ever heard.
He turns the iPad on, right? And it pings where he is because they had
Of
Find My
course,
iPhone
of course.
attached to it. They call the cops. Boom. Go over there. All laid out.
No way.
All laid out.
This all happened today?
All today. All today.
Do they not realize that you have like 6 Nintendo Talks to record and you've
Exactly.
got if we run Nintendo at the end of the
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
You've got stuff to do. You don't
Yeah.
have time for Ocean's 11 over here.
And he got it's the funniest thing ever. Well, here's the funny thing. Here's the crazy thing, right?
So was it internal? Or do you
No,
think
it
that
wasn't.
like,
It wasn't internal. It wasn't
okay,
internal.
okay.
But here's the crazy thing, right? So the guy, right, that comes, or the girl that I work with, she comes in. She goes, "I think I know who did it."
Yeah.
And I go, "How do you know who did it?" And she goes, "Because a guy came in on Saturday and asked to use the bathroom, and that's where the safe is."
Yeah.
And she said, "I heard some banging around."
Oh.
And then next thing you know, he leaves. And she's like, it was just real weird. He was in the bathroom for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And she's like, at first I thought he was, pulling a Sean Capri.
I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
And,
like
but
sometimes
because of the banging around and stuff, she wasn't sure. So here, we have cameras in the office. Mm-hmm. By the way, he spray painted the cameras
yeah.
to cover them. But he didn't do it right away. So he you see his body, dude. Right?
Yeah.
And then we go back and look at the camera of the guy a couple days before. Same build.
Totally
Everything.
him. Oh my
Nailed.
god.
Nailed.
Can I tell you something? The way that this guy did the job, this is how I play Metal Gear Solid. Like, I suck. I suck so bad. I'm like, I think I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to try and get rid of the cameras. Okay, great. Well, they saw me just for a second, but whatever. I'll just keep pushing.
Yeah.
And I'll be sneaky, but I'm going to blow a hole in the side of the building. And I want to get what I could try and be, I could pick the lock, but crap, I just broke my last lock pick.
Yeah.
Now I gotta saw the whole thing open.
Yeah.
What an ass.
This is just so stupid.
So now
But-
what?
So now I have to bring money home with me every night, which is no big deal. It is what it is. I just got to bring all the cash home with me at night, and then I guess someone's going to come pick it up tomorrow. We're all just like,
Can you carry it in like 2 bags with dollar signs on it and you run home like Wario? Just
like in Wario Shake,
yeah, man,
just running around bouncing like this the whole time.
Can you please
Oh
do-
God. Nintendo Memoirs. How are you doing, man? It's good to see you. Welcome
Nintendo
to the
Memoirs.
chat. Yeah. So that was my day. So when you were like today, you were like, you just want to go over the financials today? I'm like, yeah, I just want a chill day. I don't want topics.
Okay.
My mind can't think.
Was it last week that we were talking about arms and like I wish I knew how many they sold?
Yeah.
And then like just not even a week later, 1.2 or 1.3 million copies, Bobby. What do you
That's
think
crazy.
about that?
That's really
I think
good.
that's pretty good, man.
That's really good. Really good. let's break this down. Let's go over the financials a little bit. Let's talk about where Nintendo is, because they're killing it, man.
So it's funny. Okay, one of the first things that they came out with, they said 7.6 million units have been sold so far, and we just heard just a little while ago, 2 million sold in the States. Bobby, what is going on in America? That it seems like either this is just selling everywhere across the entire land of planet Earth, or Nintendo is not clicking in America. Is that a thing? Do you think? Like what?
No, because if you break it up, it's 2, 2, and 2.
Right.
Essentially, it's 2.
Yeah,
two
and change. Yeah,
it's selling, and it's selling just as strongly in the United States as it is across the world. You know what I mean? It's.
But is that normal? Like, doesn't it seem like at least Japan and America would be like even, and then Europe's kind of like you guys too. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
no. I wouldn't take it that way. I would think, and I'm sure the numbers are gonna back me on this. Is I would think they sold more in Japan than anywhere. Yeah. Because Japan loves its handhelds, and they're going hog wild for this thing. Like, they still can't get them in stores. With us, at least we're starting to see product hit the floors. Mm-hmm. But I think that all goes away come Christmas.
Products hit the floor. Let the products hit the floor. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Let the products hit the.
I think once Christmas gets closer, we start to see that disappear. Because people are going to want those. But here's the other kicker. So they sold how many Switches in the United States?
They said 2 million.
Okay.
Like what, 2 weeks ago? That's where Colin Moriarty was talking about this, going like, well, what happened? I thought this thing was a big deal.
He
right, but he didn't know. Yep, no, I want to make sure I capture that too. Like, he did back it up and go, oh, that was just in America. Yeah. But then still kind of went like, I thought there was like be more. I thought there would be a bigger piece of the pie. And Tim Geddes today on the Kind of Funny Daily Show or whatever that's called said the same thing. And I wonder if he's getting the same hate as Colin got, because Colin got like shredded by people coming after him. You know, the Nintendo strong going after him about that. And I don't think anybody should go after. Like, it's just an observation. Like, who knows, man? Like, I'm just kind of.
Well, the one thing in the conversation that I had with Colin when everything started going down was when I started laying it out to him. He was like, he completely was like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm out of context. I'm out of line. I'm going to withdraw my comment. And that was it. But of course, like people do, they don't look at everything, and they miss that part where he backs out of that comment and kind of gets it clear. My thing is this: you need to compare. You can't compare numbers to PlayStation 4 at this point. You
don't think so?
Well, the only thing
not for like
you can compare what they did back then to now.
What's the trajectory? Totally.
You can't compare the total numbers against each other.
I want to start graphing this out, man. I want to do.
I think they're closer. I think we're closer than where it was. You also got to think is they're working in a situation, because Reggie just talked about it the last week. Where he was like, I wish we just had more. They're selling whenever we put them out.
Isn't that amazing?
That's the case. That is the truth. Like you'll see them in stores and they'll be gone pretty quickly afterwards. They had 6 Odyssey ones at my local Best Buy. I'm going to go in there this weekend. I'm going to see if they're still there, and we'll see what's up.
What are you going to do with that if they have one? You gonna
Nothing.
buy one?
I'm not going to buy it. I bought the Joy-Cons.
So you just want to see?
I just want to see if they're there. That's all. I want to see, because that'll be my gauge whether or not they're selling or not.
Did you see that they were adjusting their projections already? Like, again, I think this is like the third or fourth time that they've gone up to 14. Let me get this right, but they're saying that they will outsell the Wii U in its lifetime in year 1.
That's crazy. That is insane, man.
Nintendo, it says, okay, so I'm at CNBC here. Nintendo is aiming to shift 10 million Switch consoles in its fiscal year, which ends March 2018. Due to the strong reception so far, Nintendo upped its forecast to 14 million.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if in 1 year?
It's going to happen. I wish I had a little bit more inside knowledge so that we could run this company, Bobby. Is it? And I should remember. I'm trying to remember what PlayStation did, and that's because I remember they came out with these numbers in PlayStation 4's first holiday season, and it was just ridiculous. Like was it 5, 6, 7 million, something like that? Somebody in the chat can help me out with this, but like that's where they need to be. And I think that launching in March, I think we said this last week, that was the best thing. You've got a full year, or like the majority of the year, to build up this great library. Indies have been fleshing things out. It's just like picture perfect this whole year. Yeah. We've got bookended with Mario and with Zelda with 97s. Like, the thing that I would actually be upset if it wasn't doing this well. Like, this is the result. If there's an actual formula of release with a Zelda game at the start, end the year or start the holiday season with a Mario game, make sure that they're getting 90s, flesh it out with Splatoon and some of these other games. Like, every piece has been perfect. Surprise people with indies, have people kind of come out the woodwork and support, have people who have large audiences evangelize this thing like they have, because journalists and everybody else, they travel so much. So this is a system for them. They're all in the business because they grew up with Nintendo. Like, all these things are clicking. All of those things should add up to Nintendo far exceeding their sale. Like, if it was anything but this, this is just the narrative with Nintendo, right? Where if it's not a smash hit, it is an absolute and utter failure. And we're way happier, obviously, when it works out this way.
The craziest thing is this. So when they start off, right, I remember if you go back and you watch, the initial reaction that we all had and all that stuff, and we were in a situation where, you were against it. Toby and I were still excited in that initial podcast immediately after the announcement.
I hear you keep saying this. I want to be clear. They were pompous, and they were dumb, and they weren't promoting it very well. I felt like they didn't earn my pre-order.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not getting into that. Relax.
Okay, I know, but you say when I'm not around too, so I'm just here to defend myself.
Go back and look at the thing.
I know, and if you were listening to me back then, you would hear it's that they. Anyway,
I don't think they were pompous during that.
I think they were a little like, look at us and our, like, I think they knew they had something great. And I felt like
I think they're just very Japanese, and they just went about it in the wrong manner. Maybe. That whole thing was built for a Japanese crowd. That had no intentions of, they showed it across the country, but regardless. So when you look at that,
I think they can get away with that now. By the way, I think they can come out on stage, they can strut their stuff, and they can do whatever they want. Yeah, because it's totally different. But coming out of the Wii U, man, they should have been on their knees.
So the one thing that you kept harping on during that though was, where's the games?
Yeah,
there's no games, and I was like, they got Zelda, and I felt at the time Zelda was enough, because I just felt like it was this massive game or whatever. But a lot of people were in your corner, and a lot of people were just like, no, Sean is right. Where are the games? 5 games, that's not enough. It opened up, and then we got 12 games by the time it launched.
Yeah.
But if you would have told me back then that Zelda and Mario, because they announced Mario at that point too, I never in a million years thought Zelda and Mario would be as big as they are.
They're huge.
When they announced Mario,
they're huge.
And Toby made a valid point on the Nintendo PlayStation podcast. Everybody, Toby included, attacked them over the Metro Kingdom, and now that's their favorite kingdom. Right. We're reading all the reviews. Everybody's talking about how great it is.
I wasn't. I was reserving. I think at that point I was like, I'm okay. Like, let's just see this out. I think it's kind of neat. Everybody else was freaking out over the humans, so I was totally going to say something, and Bobby, I totally forgot. Well, okay. So there's a huge difference between what was revealed and like what we were promised, and why I was down on it, and what has actually happened. And that's the difference of why things are the way they are. So we had that, everybody remembers that launch window picture of like the 5 or 6 games. We're like, this is not, or it was 9 games, I think. We're like, this is definitely not enough. And to be honest, I actually think that where we stand right now, it proves that we were right to say that wasn't enough, because that's not what happened. And like, there's 200 games out now, with 20 being added every single week.
Just did it. Mario was the 200th game so far in 6 months. 200 games. That's insane.
Very different. So we were right to be concerned with 9 games, but ultimately it was an under-promise and completely over-deliver type of situation. Yeah. So I think it's okay. I think we can all look, and we can be happy that it's great and things are going very well, and Nintendo is printing money once again. But let's not, I don't think we should, this is a great conversation, Bobby, because we should kind of reflect on our journey with the NX even. Were we right to be critical about it?
The thing is this, though, too, is people were being critical on Nintendo, where and I admit it, I was in the camp of just like, guys, wait and see, like give them faith. And everybody, they burned out the faith card with a lot of different consumers.
That's the thing. And you're the Nintendo guru.
Yeah.
So you have to know that like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of like caps out how much weight that argument comes with.
So
it's like, of course you say that.
Yeah. So, but all of a sudden, it's like now, what it turns out that like what I was saying was legit, but I didn't know that what I was saying was legit at the time. You know what I mean? Like we're coming off the Wii U where they made a lot of promises during the Wii U that did not deliver. You know, so you look at it and it's like they just crushed on so many levels. So how many? They also sold a lot of 3DSs.
Yeah,
this
man.
quarter.
Yeah, maybe I should go back to it. So the thing about the 3DS that I don't know about if you've ever really talked about this, Bobby, is like they keep quoting the 60 million unit number.
And
I think
that's not really truly 60 million units. That's a mixture of different devices.
It is units, but it's not players.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because I've got 2 million. You've got another 3.5 million units. So, but it's funny because I wonder if that's PlayStation as well. Like, I mean, not that should be taking anything away from these companies. If they've managed to sell you 2 units, good for them, man. Yeah. But like, it seems to me that's being equated with the number of players, and it definitely isn't, because how many buyers do you have for those?
Well, the other problem is this: is they equate the 3DS, the new 3DS, the new 3DS XL.
I think they should.
But what I'm saying is like, it's all these different models getting lumped in, and I think there becomes some confusion to it. You know what I mean? Like where the 2DS is also involved in this. You know what I mean? And like, it's just it's. I think it's all big play on words. Like, you know, like when PlayStation says they've sold X amount of PlayStation 4s, that's not including Vitas in it. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not including PS3s. It's including, when they say we sold this many PlayStations or this many PlayStation 4s, it's a PlayStation 4. It's not. Now they're getting into that gray area where they go, well, now they have the Pro, you know, and then once you get that second SKU, yeah. So I think once things get a little panned out in the wash, we'll see how it is. But it's a shame that I really can't talk too much to you about Mario, because I definitely don't want to spoil anything for you at all. But I will say this. So I beat it this weekend, right? It took me 9 hours to beat it, is what I figured out. Mm-hmm. I'm still dropping time into this game because the game is so massive. There's surprised. Much to do in the game. And the thing that they did with this one that they didn't do with Breath of the Wild is, I think, the thing that everybody wanted. There's end play. So when the game's over, it's not really over. It continues. Right. And it's not one of those things of like, you're still living in a world with Bowser, you know, with his reign going on. So that's a huge thing that I think is really awesome that they did. But ultimately, like, I'm torn because I'm back and forth. Is it better than Zelda? And in my mind, I keep going back and forth. And I have valid arguments with myself for why Zelda's better and then why Mario's better. Yeah. And it's crazy, dude. It's crazy that we're at this point right now.
I want you to just crash Forget Being Cool with Dave Moore and Johnny Casino, because they had an interesting conversation for What's Up, guys? If you're listening, I love you very much. But they had a very complicated conversation talking a little bit about expectations and review scores and how that affects the experience. And I think that I won't put too many words in their mouth other than to say their experience was heavily influenced negatively by the high reviews and by the hype. And I'm not sure where the expectations were. So it was interesting to hear them this morning and then you guys later on. And also I was on Game Moose podcast this weekend. It should be up now. Those guys too, very middle of the road, but I think it's all in a reaction to, like, what do people expect a Mario game to do for them?
Here's the thing. I do not check review scores.
Dude, I'm the same as you. I just saw the scores and, like, how can you ignore those pictures where it's like 10, 11 from Nintendo Dash? Yeah. People are breaking their scales, man.
For me, when I look at it, I don't look at it and go, okay, this is a 10 game. I go, what is this game to me? Not to them. dude, if I gotta rate this game, it's getting a 10 from me.
And that's the funny thing. They would say the same. Like, I think Dave said 9.2. I'm like, well, what are you talking about then? So I think it's a very.
Well, because it's not a 10?
I think Mario is a very interesting thing. And I asked this of Ryan Turford and the guys at Game Moose as well. I want to know your thoughts on this. For me, with modern Mario games, it's difficult to dive into a level and really think about, is this a memorable level? Is this something that is incredible? Because like when I think of like 1-1 in Mario, like, and I think of certain levels, especially between Mario 1 and Mario 3, that I'm like, this, I will remember every inch of that because I've played it 1,000 times. So then how do I look at new Mario games in a similar way? And it's impossible. Like, I don't think that you can, but it's always running through my mind every time I experience a level, like in Galaxy or in 3D World, where I'm like, one and done. I'm never going to see that level ever again. And I'm just going to keep marching on.
Because this game is so pinnacle in the evolution of Mario, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at this game, I go, this is 64. This is Galaxy. This is up there. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it as there is, and I think I said this to Toby the other day, but you have the original Mario that set the trend. Mario 3 comes out, and it flips everything on the ear that you think you know about Mario. And then 64 comes out and totally revolutionizes Mario again. And then Galaxy comes out, and it totally revolutionizes. This game takes what's great about 64, what's great about Galaxy, does a little blend, and tweaks it and makes it better. It eliminates that.
Sounds off.
It eliminates do that level, get pulled out, and start over again. Because you stay in the world. You never leave the world. Now, there are times where you get like a big moon. Maybe you beat a boss or something.
Yeah,
then it pulls you back.
Down.
Then it pulls you back down to the Odyssey, and then you go back in again. So it's totally different. But for me,
I cannot believe right now in this moment. I was pretty calm about this earlier, Bobby. My Switch is right here. I've got stupid Mario Rabbids in this thing that I'm frankly done with, Bobby. I've taken such a nosedive with that damn game. I played it for 3 hours on the way to Calgary and 3 hours on the way back. You know how many levels I beat?
Probably not.
I don't even know. Maybe one.
The thing is this, Sean, is if anybody thinks that I'm being facetious or I'm just being a fanboy, go back and watch my first stream of this game. I'm playing the game, and literally, I stop and I go, guys, look at the smile on my face. I could feel my cheeks hurting because I was smiling so much.
I know. I can't wait.
This game is everything that I've wanted from a Mario game.
Yeah.
And they
what about the music? What do you think about the music?
The music is phenomenal.
There's vocals.
Well, that's only one part. That's not the whole game.
Oh, is it that? That's
it's just that one section. It's just that one.
Because they made a big deal about it. They're like, for the first time in a series, there's actually next time there's going to be true on voice acting. It's going to be vocals.
I don't understand why they didn't.
I think it's okay without it, Bobby.
But I'm like excited for it. Like I watched this game unfold. I wasn't. You know why? Because I did what you did. I did what Toby did. I did a media blackout. I feel like the people that are upset are the ones that like ate into the hype and fed into the hype. I think they hurt themselves, honestly, and because they dove into all this stuff and expected. Like I watched Ryan McCaffrey's breakdown on NBC where he breaks it down and gives his review, and I went in and I was like, dude, the game is done, and I'm still getting worlds. What more can I ask for?
By the way, I love Ryan McCaffrey. Can I just say he's like top 5
awesome.
in the business?
He's awesome.
The only thing him and I disagree on is Halo 5. I think he's a little harsh on Halo 5. But like pretty much every review that he's done, I'm like, dude, you are like to the decimal point.
Yeah.
Exactly where I would be.
He said the other day that the last game he gave it a 10 to was Inside.
Yep.
And he said that he feels the same way about this game.
I agree. 10. Yeah, I think I'm probably a little bit more liberal with 10s. I guess maybe in some cases. I don't think that he's reviewed quite as many games that I would have applied a score to as well. But anyways, he's amazing. I love that he was on the Nintendo Voice Chat podcast, Bobby. That was That actually, and because he was very careful about what he was saying about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very weird thing going around about spoilers with this game and how what is allowed to be talked about and what isn't. This end game has me totally intrigued. I gotta find out what is at the end.
When I tell you, Sean,
I'm so pumped, and this is like such perfect timing.
let me put
I almost
want
to. You know what? I'm glad this is coming after Halloween because this is Christmas time for me.
Yeah.
Like Mario, like a brand new Mario game reminds me of Christmas and just like grabbing my sweats in my cold Canadian winter time and just playing a little bit of Mario. I can't wait, dude.
When I tell you this moment hit me in the game,
Yeah.
and I got chills because all of a sudden everything I thought I knew about this game got pieced right together, and I went, boom, that's what it is. And when that moment hits you, that's when you go, holy crap.
I don't even want to
dude.
okay, let's keep going because I don't even want to dwell on that. I don't want to try and figure that out, Bobby.
Okay.
I don't want that. Bobby, you're playing your Switch a ton these days. I'm super jealous,
dude.
man.
I'm playing so much, dude. I love my Switch. It is the best thing ever.
I think you should probably. Did you pre-order an Xbox S or did you order something? Like, I think you should just take it back if you did.
No, I asked Tony for one for Christmas. So
I don't think you need that. I think you should get something
I need
else.
I think I need it. I'd like it. I'd like to have. We'll see. Because there's going to be a point where Nintendo hits a lull.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple years, I'll be playing my.
Bobby, Xbox just cut off the Kinect. They're not manufacturing them anymore. I don't know if you heard this.
Mm-hmm.
At what point we've done this before, but now that we've seen these results, when is it time? 20 January 2018. Like, at what point do you just stop making them and make it almost like a last go at scarcity and go, okay, guys, we still got games coming out, so you might want to get your hands on this thing. But honestly, I'm actually talking from my gut here because the sales of the 3DS family were given an increase in global release thanks to the new Nintendo 2DS XL in June and July. Hardware sales came in at 2.86 million in these 6 months. Who's buying? That's crazy. I mean, I guess
I got a Metroid one there, and I have the Super Nintendo one on.
That's right. Despite firm sales from Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia, and Metroid Samus Returns, overall software sales were 13.82 million units, a 28% decrease on the year-on-year basis. Dude, nearly a third down. That's the Switch effect. So this is such a weird thing for one to be if you just look at that decrease and have them go just nosediving, and having the Switch do this, it's but it's still almost 3 million units. That thing isn't dead by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I mean, at the end of the day,
what a delicate
if you're
situation.
still selling units, why not keep selling them? Even if it is special editions and it's just to the same 2 million people, what do you care?
Yeah,
ride it till it's dead.
I guess so, and that's a weird thing. You can just keep pushing these things. You got the new Super Nintendo edition that I
just bought that.
I don't think I could yet. I haven't seen that.
It went up on Amazon.
There you go. I mean, how can there be such a difference between America and it must be that wall of yours? What do you guys even know what border you're building that thing on? Are you building it on the wrong border? Is that what's happening?
Though in this president, probably so.
You guys are gonna have to. You know what you can do? You'll have those T-shirt launchers when you go to a hockey game.
Yeah.
You can do that. Just do over. Be like, who needs this?
Come on, here it is. Boom.
Bobby, I'm over here. I don't know why I did that accent.
It's a mess. It's a mess. The crazy thing is I've talked about how much I like this game, right? Fire Emblem Warriors. Dude, I totally stopped playing it since Mario came out. And I'll go back to it. But
when they announced that, I'm like, that's perfect. I'm more excited about that than I am Hyrule Warriors. And of course, on the Switch, this is something that I always wanted to play. Hyrule Warriors Legends, is that what they called the 3DS one?
Yeah, on the 3DS.
I want it, but it didn't run very well. And honestly, that's not the form factor that I want. It's a little too cramped. Yeah. This is perfect. It's just wrong timing, man. Are you there's 1,000 games coming out right now. That's a January release.
Yeah.
But I wonder.
I agree. They should have held that for next year. Honestly, that's the way.
Maybe we got Yoshi and Kirby to save the day. Did you hear? And Reggie was talking about it. We've got many new ways to play in 2018, and that was it. That's where Nintendo's at right now. Is Reggie can drop a quote like, "Guess what, guys? Don't panic. We got many other ways to play next year." And in the past, that was like such a shot. Everybody would be all over him. And now everybody's like, "What could he mean?
Yeah.
That sounds incredible. I'm totally hyped." Like
they're just it's nuts right now.
This is like Star Wars.
I don't think I've ever, even in the heyday of Nintendo, like growing up in the 80s, so I don't remember Nintendo having this kind of swagger. You know what I mean? And the thing is like
similar to that. It's similar to that kind of swagger.
I don't know, man.
I just think you're maybe a little away from it. I think that, like, if you look back at historical takes on it, that's probably the swagger that they had. Like, if you read like Console Wars, like the first 100 pages that I did, they had some swagger, Bob. It's just there was no way of showing it. There's really, like, everything was behind the scenes. You knew what was presented to you from Nintendo Power and everything else. But definitely, they were like, "Yeah, you want to be on our system? Guess what? You're buying our cartridges. You're gonna pay." Like, they ran the show.
Sean, did you see that Rocket League's coming out the 14th?
I saw that a physical release was also announced, but then redacted. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. But
it doesn't matter to me. I'm buying that game day one. I can't wait.
You know what's great about the Switch 2, Bobby? Speaking of Rocket League, $20 day one. They are coming out with these games that are 2 years plus old and charging full price for it. This is the Nintendo swagger. That's the Nintendo swagger, man. It's like, we don't care. You'll buy it.
You know why? Because the thing of it is, too, is like, and Alan Paxton brought this up the other day when we were talking about Doom and people were kind of getting on a little bit. And he's like, look, they are doing work to this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta respect that. You know what I mean? Like, it's you can't just expect to get the thing at a discounted price because it's a new game for the console. The Switch and the Xbox One are so different that they have to do a lot of work to get it to run properly on there. If it was a parallel system, then I would say, yes, no, this makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be cheaper.
I don't even look at it that way. And I think there's a lot of this weird thing that happens where gamers go, I need to justify my relationship with the developer or the publisher. Like, forget it, man. All it comes down to is, did you have the game before or did you not? And if you didn't, then full price, like, this is the first time that you're paying full price for it. If you had it before, then this isn't really, like, you're not the number one customer. Nintendo has always been about trying to get the people who aren't really knee-deep in PlayStation and Xbox land. They're getting people who maybe haven't bought a new system since the Wii U or since maybe even the Wii, bring them back and go, guess what? We've got a hardcore shooter. This is the first time that you can play this on the go. You can play Doom while taking a Doom, I don't know, something there. But yeah, man. So I think that they have every right to, like, just there's a lot of people who this is the first time that they're going to play this system, and it speaks to it's a completely different experience. I think it's a little too simplified to say, well, this game is old. And I know I just said, but I was kind of joking.
No.
But like, good for them, man. And you got Mario and Luigi costumes and everything else on Rocket League. Rocket League is one of the best games of the last 10 years. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And I wish other sports games did this, where this is just Rocket League 2015. You don't see the Rocket League 2K16 and 2K17.
It's a legacy collection. They just keep doing add-ons.
Oh, man.
Listen, well, there was the rumor at one point that FIFA that we got for the Switch was going to become a legacy collection, where you would just update it at the end of the next year.
Wouldn't that be interesting? That'd be a proof of concept, wouldn't it? Yeah. That'd be the way to do it.
Just be like, you bought it once, here it is. We're going to keep doing updates to it across the board. You might have to buy stuff later on for a little tweak. No, in EA, you'll have to buy a bunch of stuff, but that's neither here nor there. But it'd be kind of, they're making so much money off the card system.
Exactly.
They need to do something for fans. And be like, hey, any tweaks and stuff we do, you're going to get it for free. We're going to drop patches. You just keep doing... Dude, they're making millions of dollars on those card packs. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like they would really have to prove through, like, a test, like, on the Switch, that things are drastically different, because the formula for sports games is so ironclad that they're not going to change it. And EA wrote the book on this stuff.
Yeah.
And they've rewritten it now with the Ultimate Team stuff. So they've got it down. And yeah, it'd be an interesting way to do it, because you're already going to get a pretty different experience on the Switch. We're going to get a different game. So yeah, it'd be kind of neat to see them do that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think there's anything else before we wrap up.
Let me go back to these super engaging financial reports, Bobby.
Okay, yeah, let's see where we're at with this. Anything
Oh, we haven't talked about Animal Crossing.
Oh, the mobile game.
It says, in our smart devices business, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, our new game application, will be introduced first in Australia on October 25th with distribution for the rest of the world late November. We've revised financial forecasts originally published, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't have anything to do with it. So this is another thing of speaking of printing money, Bobby. This is, it's not even fair.
This game is so good. I played it for 2 days. I shut it down.
Yeah, because
I got so much
I didn't
going
even
on,
want to do
and
it.
I just wanted to try it just to be like, see what it was, see exactly what it is. Dude, it is Animal Crossing 2.0. It's you're in a campground. It's so good, dude. It is so good. It's just, if you like Animal Crossing, it's Animal Crossing Light. You know what I mean? It's a different version and all that, and it's really good, man. It's really
Bobby,
good.
if we ran Nintendo, when does the Switch game come out? If let's say this thing takes out, I'm sorry, 20. You think so?
Yeah. If I'm running Nintendo, that thing is coming out March. Either March or August.
So you use this to like kind of drive up the wave a little bit, and then at its peak you go, here's the full blown thing. Maybe it introduces something.
What I would do is, okay, so here's the thing. You see what they did this year, right? With Zelda and Mario, right?
I think we just set a new record for timeout for the Todd Ox or timeout for topics. We are 57 minutes into the show. If we ran Nintendo, when would we launch the Animal Crossing?
So
for Switch?
So if I'm running Nintendo, the way I'm looking at it is the way Nintendo bookended Zelda and Mario. I would do the same thing with Animal Crossing and Smash.
Oh, that's not even fair.
So I would do Animal Crossing in March, and then do Smash in October.
Are you kidding me right now?
And I think that would be definitely like blow stuff up, without a doubt. Because I think they're your next two big pillars that you have going on right now, and I think that's the way you do it.
I just wonder if it's like, I wonder what Smash we're getting.
We're
like
getting
I just
deluxe.
don't. Do you think so?
No doubt.
And that would be, so that's the other thing. Like, we're getting a full blown, we're not getting like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the holiday season here. We're getting full blown Mario. You think Smash Deluxe that would be enough? Like, do you think that would be equivalent as
I think Smash Deluxe is enough. Yeah, because
I think you might be right. I'm not.
No, it's a huge game, and if they bring new levels, new characters in the form of DLC, it'll get everybody fired back up again.
Combine the games, the Wii U, and the
Wii U and the 3DS games. Combine them. Maybe do something where, like, if you're playing in handheld mode, that's your 3DS mode, and then if you play docked, you get the big stages and stuff. It would be unbelievable.
Dude, you know what else you do at that time is you have the bundles. Remember, we've been talking about this since the Switch was announced. What other controllers can you snap onto the side of it? Yeah. That's when you release like a GameCube. Like we can now use the GameCube controllers with the adapter, but like what if you were to split that thing in two and have all your different types of controllers? That's when we're ready for it.
Yeah.
We're a year and a half into it. Let's get crazy with all the different accessories, Bobby.
You kill people. You'd kill them, man. If
you would kill people.
No, I'm just saying you would kill them. If you came out with those two as your next two pillars, it's over.
Oh, man. That's the right answer.
Because honestly, too, the flip side, the flip side of the pillar, right?
God, Nintendo, can I buy stock right now?
The flip side of the pillar is from Mario to Zelda again, right? Mm-hmm. So you're trying to get back to that March. So if you go now Mario to a March release of Animal Crossing, you got the boom.
That's
right?
really smart, Bobby.
Then you flip, you go back, you got in October, you hit them with Smash. In November, you hit them with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Lights out.
Is that a November time? I guess it would be November. Pokemon's November.
Oh, it's definitely coming November.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be November.
Oh, man, I wonder. Because they said a little over a year at E3, right? That's what they said? Mm-hmm. It's coming out in a little over a year. That seems really soon to me.
So I'm saying this, right? I'm saying you get... I don't know what franchise you get to hit in January. What Nintendo franchise hits in January. But February, I think you get the new Fire Emblem game.
I think you might be right. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm saying this, right? I'm saying you get... I don't know what franchise you get to hit in January. What Nintendo franchise hits in January. But February, I think you get the new Fire Emblem game. But February, I think you get the new March, you hit with Animal Crossing, and then April, they probably.
Dude, we should have done this a real topic. We should have done 2018 release calendar.
We can do that next week.
Yeah, but you just did it.
Not really.
Way to ruin it. And we're gonna
we
have
only
to
had
do
a couple games we
2019.
listed.
No, you just did it really well.
I don't know when
Sometimes
Grand Theft Auto hits.
That's true. And Arms 2 for sure. F-Zero kind of. There's got to be that racing. Like, what is May or June's got to be the May when did Mario Kart come out? March, I guess. Right, No, April. When did Mario Kart 8 come out this year? April?
In the March.
I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore, Bobby. I'm out of gas. I want to do that. That's fun, though, man.
You too high, man. Too high.
I'm just kidding. I'm not out of gas. I'm just coming up with an
Too
excuse.
high.
I'm not
You
out of gas.
couldn't
I'm
land the
right back
plane.
here. I'm back into 97. Metacritic for Mario Odyssey. Are you kidding me?
So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, dayspace.com, Google Play, all that good stuff, wherever you can check out your awesome podcast stuff. Thank you for checking us out on YouTube. That means the world to us that you guys were here for the live show and all that good stuff. Yeah, so good Lord, Sean. Sean's over here holding his TV.
I'm gonna plug this in. I'm gonna play some 4K game. Bobby, this box keeps getting bigger. It's so weird. I saw it in the store and it looked pretty small, and then I put it in my car and I'm like, oh, this box got a little bigger. And I put it into this room and I'm like, what the heck? This thing keeps changing sizes.
So follow Sean Capri. Sean like comment, Capri like the pants. Follow me at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Peace out, Toby. Love you, Toby. Be nicer to Toby.
F Toby.